Hey folks, welcome to the channel Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. This is going to be fun, I have a feeling, but I have no idea. Of course, it's Jimmy Buffett, and Jimmy Buffett's songs are deep, and way deeper than I ever appreciated in my previous years. But Cuban Crime of Passion. So I got my NYPD on here. I've got Steve Swagg's K9 as backup. We're ready to go in for this crime of passion. We're going to see what's going on. Viola Green requested that I do this one. So Viola, shout out to you. Thank you for this request. Let's see what Jimmy's Cuban Crime of Passion is all about. I feel it. Can't imagine what he's going to do with
Billy Voltaire was a piano player up from Miami way. He used to play in the bars, he could sound like the stars. Ladies would pay and pay. One night he did wind up playing in Havana town. Nobody knew, at least Billy Voltaire, that these were his final sounds.
Oh.
He met up with Marita, a dancer in from the coast. Half woman, half child, she drove him half wild. He loved that lady the most. One night he did find her in the arms of Shrimper Dan. So he pulled a knife, took poor Danny's life, and then he turned his own cold hand. And it's just a Cuban crime of passion.
All right, but Marita is still with us. He didn't knock her off. He just got Dan. Poor Dan. I know, the playful women, man. Oh God, they're just so fun.
Yeah, that's what the papers did say. It's just a Cuban crime of passion. Añejo and knives are slashing. Yeah, but that's what the people like to read about. Up in America, up in America.
Interesting. Twist. Wonder why he dropped that nugget in it.
Found Marita. Some people say she got ill. Billy Voltaire had no one to claim him. He was buried on Pauper's Hill, and no one talks about him no more. It happened just a week ago. But people get by and people get high in the tropics. They come and they go. And it's just a Cuban crime of passion, messy and old-fashioned.
Messy and
it's just a Cuban crime of passion. Añejo and knives are slashing. But that's what the people like to read about. Up in America, up in America.
He mentioned Miami. So I didn't catch, I caught the part where he turned the knife, but then the diction wasn't so clear. I thought it was going to say he turned the knife on Marita, but it was obvious he didn't. He wouldn't have turned the knife on himself, I don't think. You could do that. That's generally not the way you'd off yourself. I'm just guessing. I guess some people do. I mean, in the Bible, Judas Iscariot is reported as having done that. But this, so I get it. Crime of passion, unlike Coulter Wall with Kate McCann, where he put 3 rounds into her for cheating, in this situation, he waxed the dude with Dan was his name, I think, but then they didn't find Billy. They didn't find him. And they didn't find her either. They don't know where she's at. But in the beginning, he mentioned Miami, which threw me off because I was expecting to be in Cuba. And then Havana Town. So that Havana Town isn't Havana, but we like to read about this stuff up in America. So that suggests it took place in Cuba. So I missed certain parts of it. But then he also brought in the tropics toward the end of the song. So there are a lot of parts in there that I'm like, all right, where is all this happening? And people like to read about this in America, evidently. I think people would like, if it's old-fashioned, that's what he said. It's messy and old-fashioned. Well, people everywhere are going to like to read about something. There's a reason things are old-fashioned. It's because they were a thing. And crimes of passion, what do you say about them? I mean, those are messy things. Certain situations, I guess you could understand it. Yeah, there was some dude I remember seeing, I don't know, it was probably 15, 20 years ago, whenever it was, but a guy was accused and maybe even found guilty of raping a girl. And they were transporting him through the airport to either stand trial or go to prison. And the father was waiting, and there's a video of this. The father was waiting at the airport. He was pretending to be on a phone. And as the deputies or sheriffs or marshals or whoever was transporting this guy, the father goes over and puts a bullet in the guy's head and kills him right there. And they didn't bring him up on charges. I don't know what state this happened in, but they said this was a crime of passion. So some of them are understandable. That part, who's going to convict? The prosecutors might have wanted to bring a case, but they're like, you're not going to get 12 jurors to say he's guilty in a case like that where somebody raped his daughter. I got to tell you, I'd have a tough time with that one. Even following the letter of the law, it's one of these things where it's like, I don't know if I could do it. All of that said, Viola, look what you started. Crime of passion. I'm going to rate this one. This was different. The number that popped into my head, despite me going on and being energized by trying to analyze this thing and stuff, was an 8.7. I'm coming in with an 8.7. That was definitely messy. Knives scare me. Anyway, yeah, if somebody's going to do me in, I prefer it to be a gunshot from behind, but I don't like thinking about that too much. All right, folks, there we have it. If you can still have a great day after that song, have one. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking the country.